Gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. He is also a Science Riot rookie. Please welcome to the stage graphic designer Chad Michael.
What's up, my nerd dizzles? Welcome to gym class at Ivy Wild Elementary School. I can feel some of the dodgeball games that must have gone on in here over the years. Or as we called it when I was a kid, hit the slow kid. I believe in immortality, and I will until the day I die. I like to go to sporting events. People look at me weird when I bring a mitt to the stadium. They either think I'm too old for it, or they don't believe I have a shot at a foul ball in the upper third deck at a Broncos game. And it's an oven mitt. So a little bit about me. I am a graphic designer, and I'm here to talk about the hard-hitting issues, like the Oxford comma. One space versus two spaces after a period. The fact that Ariel is just the ugly red-headed stepchild of Helvetica. And if you have an animation of a jar of peanut butter, is it a GIF or a GIF? These are just a few of the things that I pondered during my workday. So, the Oxford comma, also known as a serial comma, it's that final comma that you put when you're listing at least three things in a sentence. And the way I feel about it, you can have the Oxford comma when you pry it out of my cold, dead, and lifeless hands. Why am I such a staunch supporter of the Oxford? It provides a common courtesy to others, kind of like putting on your turn signal when you're in traffic to tell other drivers what you're doing. When you utilize an Oxford comma, it can take away the confusion from such sentences as the following. I'd like to thank my parents, Rihanna and Kanye West. I can't pull that off. Look, I know my field is not a hard science or even a soft science. TLC isn't going to come out with a show called Real Life Kerning Disasters. There's no Sharpie Week. They're not going to be doing an 80s revamp of Magnum DPI. I'm never going to be in a restaurant and hear somebody yell out, "Oh my God, they're unconscious. Does anyone here know CPR or how to convert RGB to CMYK?" Is there a graphic designer in the house? Well, actually, that might happen. Have you guys seen some of the hideous fonts they have on menus in restaurants these days? Nothing makes me more likely to order dessert than a section header in brush script, or better yet, brush script, bold, shadow underlined, all caps. Graphic design is like NFL officiating. You only notice it when it's bad. So, switching gears, you ever notice how tall people can't really tell you how tall they really are? I don't know, 6'7", 6'8", something like that. But short people, they know exactly how tall they are. 5'1" and 9/16. A friend of mine stands 6'10", and he works security at the PX on base. And one day there was a shoplifting. And so the police officers, normal-sized police officers, came to talk to him about the incident and discuss the suspect. He was short. So like 6'6". I like these people that describe themselves as nonconformists. I'm such a nonconformist. I don't follow mainstream. Nonconformist, huh? I noticed you chose to wear a shirt. I believe that Bigfoot could exist. Whenever a doubter asks me if I've ever actually seen a Sasquatch, I say, not Yeti. Unsubscribe. The dried, what is that called? The dried flowers section at Hobby Lobby gives me the heebie-jeebies. Because I suffer from trypophobia, basically the fear of holes. Do not look it up because you have it. One treatment method is to inundate yourselves with images. But I can tell you, I will not be using the holistic method. I'm taking a medication to help me sleep. Unfortunately, the main side effect is insomnia. There's a conspiracy theory that one of the 3 tenors, opera singers, died years ago and was replaced by a subpar imposter. Placebo Domingo. I know most of you would probably rather do a group project than listen to another pun, but here goes. The most popular month for tuba thefts is March. Do you know what the windiest month is? August. Blocked. A light year is a measure of distance that light travels in a year. For instance, the nearest supernova is 15 million miles from Earth, or the length of 3 CVS receipts. Why'd it have to be so long? MIT engineers recently created the blackest black, and the whitest white was when Dave Matthews played a concert in Boulder last summer. Looking at you, Ivy Wild. I'm covering my bathroom in gold leaf foil. Didn't want to do it, but my girlfriend guilted me into it. I watched a documentary about the history of steel bridge builders. Riveting. Despite it being the second most abundant element on the planet, we're in the midst of a helium shortage. Party balloons have become very expensive as the price of helium continues to rise. In fact, it's the leading cause of inflation today. Unfollow. One of my biggest pet peeves is numbers that are divisible by 2. I can't even. The number 144 is just gross. I remember our class doing a time capsule project when I was in 5th grade. Took an old shoebox, put a bunch of stupid stuff in it like bubble gum, newspaper, half-solved Rubik's Cube, empty Coke can. Then we buried it in the back of the school and pretty much just forgot about it. More like a waste of time capsule. My youngest daughter is in 9th grade Spanish, and she's learning how to roll her R's. But because of my incessant dad jokes, she's pretty good at rolling her eyes. 25% of Americans can't find China on a map, and the other 75% can't find a map. which is somewhat ironic because most maps are made in China. Speaking of self-propelled scooters, how'd you like that segue? I saw two robots making out in public. They were all over each other. And I was like, get a Roomba. Has anyone ever gotten a couples massage here? Not a fan. I don't know, I just think it's really weird having two people rubbing me. If a cockroach has sex with his sister, is it insects? Still working the bugs out of that one. I was at Target and I heard a distraught mother in the aisle next to me calling out for her son. His name was Marco. So every time she'd yell Marco, I'd answer Polo. Gee, I hope she found the little guy. My dog is finally out of the chewing stage. Now he smokes and vapes. I wrote a joke about Schrodinger's cat. It's both hilarious and not funny at all at the same time. I'm friend. The other day I was watching a fishing program on television because I lost the remote. I once caught a fish. It was this far from the shore. I once caught a fish. My fishing pole must have been that long. These fishing jokes might not be to scale. One more, guys. Sorry. Call back. I once caught a fish. It was just a CVS receipt. That's all I got. Thank you guys.
Keep it open, Chad Michael, everybody.